It is our duty to fight for freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Ashe. On May 25, 2020, police officer Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd on camera in Minneapolis, Minnesota for the world to witness. The following weeks would be filled with worldwide protests. I felt obligated to hit the streets of Los Angeles with the people. This is my experience through film and photo. This is Black June.
Look at our action board and find out exactly how we buying back this mall. And the community is gonna own the mall. Not any companies, scavenger companies like CIM and the rest. No, we kicking the speculators out of the hood, out of our community, because we not playing about this gentrification. It's coming to a stop, it's coming to a halt. Just like this police brutality. We sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And to honor the spirits of those who have gone before us. And in Black Lives Matter, we especially honor the spirits of those who have died due to police brutality, police murder, and societal neglect. George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Christopher DeAndre Mitchell.
Christopher DeAndre Mitchell. Ashe.
Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland. Ashe.
Timothy Dean.
Timothy Dean. Ashe.
Kendrick McDade.
Kendrick McDade. Ashe.
Albert Ramon Dorsey.
Albert Ramon Dorsey. Ashe.
Dennis Todd Rogers.
Dennis Todd Rogers. Ashe.
Keith Bursey.
Keith Bursey. Ashe.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor. Ashe.
Freedom Day is about remembrance, and it is also about rebellion. Freedom Day is about remembrance and rebellion, and it is about rebirth. It is about remembrance and rebellion and rebirth. And Freedom Day, this day, and all those days ahead, and they are long, is about the reckoning. Freedom Day is about remembrance, it is about rebirth, it is about rebellion, and it is about the reckoning.
This fight is not a new fight. We've been fighting for land for generations. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I raised 5 adult children right here in Los Angeles. I have all of my grandchildren, all of my children, 4 generations of my family right here within 1 square mile of where I live. When the city decided that they wanted to take and attack us, I live right here in Chesapeake Apartments. Everybody know it. Everybody know it's on Obama, it's on King, it's on Chesapeake. 425 units. We were labeled cocaine salespeople. We were labeled gangsters. And that was their reason for putting a nuisance abatement lawsuit on our property to massively evict 425 families. They didn't care about us. They didn't care about our community.
I think you'll find, sir, that there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it. No federal court, state court, or city court will bring an end to it. It's something that the black man has to bring an end to himself.
When we fight, when we fight, when we fight, don't when we fight, don't when we fight, don't when we fight, don't when we fight.
Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come.
To say that we are going to buy this mall. We are going to buy this mall. And what that means is we want to have community-centered development here. That we want to talk about community wealth. And we want to make sure that we hold on to the culture and character of our community.
So we're here because we're driving white supremacy out of our community, Ashe? We're here because no partner of Donald Trump is gonna buy the mall that is in our community, Ashe? And we won that shit. We pushed them out this week, so we gotta celebrate ourselves. We gotta celebrate ourselves. So we gotta be real clear when we talk about black freedom. It's not that white people gave us freedom, it's that we took our fucking freedom. We took our freedom just like we are taking our freedom right now. We are taking our freedom right now. I also want to lift up the last time that Brother Billion and Sister Jan and I were at the mall all together. We were here on April 10th, 2018, along with our beloved brother Mac Capone. And we were here because there had been a horrendous murder inside this mall. And so we want to understand that as we talk about black freedom, we are summoning in energies. We're remembering that we are literally standing on spilled blood, the spilled blood of Grishario Mack. Yes. And the people who are standing here with us are Grishario Mack's family, his daughters, his mother, his father, his siblings, his cousins. That's who is on this truck with us. And so as we struggle for black freedom, we struggle in the name of Grishario Mack. Say his name. Grishario Mack. Say his name. Grishario Mack. Say his name. Grishario Mack.
Let me tell you about my son. He came up here one day. He had mental issues, and that's what they talk about. When they say defund the police, they need more people who specialize in issues like mental issues. My son had mental issues. He had a little kitchen knife because he was paranoid. We don't even know how he ended up at the mall that day. But he was here at the mall, paranoid, having a mental breakdown. He brandished the knife, but he never wielded it at anyone. And you can ask every witness and security guard in there. Some of the patrons saw him, and they asked security. They said, "Are you going to call the police?" They said no. The security said no, because if we call the police, we know what they might do. He walked over to security. Security walked over to him. He said, "I need some help. Could somebody please help me?" So security said, "Yes, I'll help you. I'll go call dispatch." So the security, she walked over to dispatch. She called dispatch and said, we have a young black man in the mall. He's having a problem. He has a kitchen knife, but he's not bothering anybody. This is all in paperwork. She testified to this. She said he's having a problem. He needs some help. Could you please send somebody to help him? Dispatch gets off the phone with her, calls LAPD and says, it's a black man in the mall with a knife. When the rest of the police got there, they came in like Navy SEALs storming the beach, and they started screaming and yelling at my son, pointed all these guns at him. My son immediately started to run. And I asked one of the bureau chiefs, why did they start shooting at him? He said, because he ran. This is a crowded mall around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, crowded black mall. My son is running for his life. They start shooting. People are in GameStop. People are in TJ Maxx. Kids were in baby strollers. They said baby strollers were strewn around. Baby bottles were strewn around. People were grabbing their babies and diving through TJ Maxx. It was kids in GameStop. They shot 15 shots. 7 or 8 of them hit my son. All the other bullet systems, they didn't give a shit who they hit. They didn't care. My son ran. They shot him in the back. He fell. That's the first time. As they approached and got closer, he got scared, he got back up. He started running again for the second time. As he started running for the second time, they shot him in the back some more. He fell to the ground. My son seen him approaching again. He mustered up some more strength. He started running for the third time. He runs for the third time. They shoot him in the back of his legs, he falls. Now he's laying there in the fetal position in a pool of blood. Those first 6 or 7 shots was non-life threatening. They shot him in the back of the legs, the back, the shoulders, but he was in a pool of blood, laying in the fetal position. These bastards were so sick and determined, oh, he's not dead yet, so they walked over point blank range while my son is laying there, no longer deemed a threat, and shot him point blank range in the chest and killed him in front of all those people in the mall in broad daylight.
This is his youngest child. This is his other daughter. Every time I see my granddaughter, I got to hold back my tears because I got to hold back and be strong for them. But as a mother, there's not a day go by that I don't cry, that I don't miss my baby. And I pray to God that none of you have to stand here where I'm standing at. That none of you have to hurt the way I'm hurting. None of you mothers, none of you loved ones got to hurt the way I'm hurting.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Hi everybody, I'm Chauvin Mack. I'm the daughter of Grishario Mack. My dad is the reason we are all here today. Here's something to remember. He was loving, caring, and even fun. He made everyone's day all the time. He was always fun to hang around, and he loved the outdoors. But one thing about him, he always was true to himself and true to others, and he loved my big happy family. Okay.
Hi everybody, I am the mother of Grishario Mack's children, and I want to say that my name is Delia Nieves, and I want to say that I am just so happy to see all of you guys out here fighting for him. Because so many times that we thought that nobody had our backs, that it was just we were never gonna get justice, but seeing all of you guys here gives us more hope that one day justice will come for Grishario Mack. Thank you.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Defund the police.
Now, many of you ask, what does it mean to defund the police? Well, it means the same shit that it means when they defund our kids' public schools, when they defund health care, when they defund parks, right? When they defund after-school programs, when they defund mental health resources, and they act like when we say defund the police, that's something radical or ridiculous. It's not. It's the most logical shit we could ever say.
Because of Hollywood and our literature and because of the culture that was founded on violence, America is, when you say America, an American, inherent in that identity Inherent in that name is genocide and slavery. You cannot extract it. That is the culture that America was founded on. That's why there's so much violence, because it was founded on violence. And so, yes, we've been bred to believe, because of the PR machine of America, that this place is a land of the free and a home of the brave. Yet they haven't ever built any systems that are about care, that are about protecting and centering the most vulnerable, about building up our communities. They've built systems that target us, and then they try to rebrand them and say that they're there to protect and serve. They're there to catch slaves, put them back in slavery. So we can't have that system. Say defund the police. Say defund the police. Say defund the police. Say defund the police.
1863, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. 2 years later, our enslaved people in Texas were made aware. Because when that proclamation was signed, despite the fact that it was black people that built this country, black people that spilled blood for freedom for this country, in the name of this country, they lifted not a single finger of federal energy to enforce that freedom. And so our people worked, and our people worked, and our people stayed strong. Because you see, a system tried to enslave us, but we were always free. We don't have to make people see the light. We only have to be the light. I say, my family.
But can I tell you something? Around the world, black people are inspired by you guys. Everywhere. You know, and it's been so beautiful to see. I'm encouraged, I'm inspired, but to also know that the whole world hears you guys. You have to remember that.
On this day, we, descendants of those that were formerly enslaved, recognize that we were stolen from our native lands and brought to these stolen lands. On this day, we celebrate our freedom. On this day that we celebrate our liberation, on this day that we celebrate our Juneteenth, what better place to do it than at our mall, y'all? First off, you sit on just a little over 40 acres. I said something, y'all. You stand and sit on just a little over 40 acres of this space and place that is an iconic and the literal economic center of Black Los Angeles. And it is valuable land. Now that white folk ain't afraid to live around us, they all looking at buying it now. And so, when the news dropped, literally 28 days to the last rebellion, right? 28 days after the start of the Rodney King uprising, the Donald Trump's friends had an agreement to purchase them all. Somebody say, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. And fuck CIM too. These are the worst of gentrifiers. Donald Trump's real estate buddies. Their whole business model is to come into gentrifying communities, do something they call re-tenanting, which is kicking out the existing people and merchants to bring in more affluent ones and to generate returns. And they're billionaires, y'all. They living real pretty up in Bel Air, making a whole lot of money off of black suffering.